Good evening, everyone, and a huge warm welcome to Spiritual Psychics TV with Kirsty McGregor-Burns, spiritual medium and mentor. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's my first visit to Spiritual Psychics TV, so it's an honour to be here and to honour the love that you share with your loved ones in the world of spirit. I am brand new to all of this over here, so I am just waiting to see what's going to happen next. I don't see any names coming up at the moment. When names start, wait, sorry. Hi, Stacey. Hi. When the other names start popping up, I'll just explain how I work normally as a medium. Hi, Nadia. As a medium, first and foremost, just to let you know that I don't even know what's going to happen. If I was a singer or if I was a writer, or if I was reading poems, I would be able to have a script in front of me, or I would know what I was going to do. As a medium, I just open up to work with the world of spirit, and I just bring forward your loved ones. I just go wherever I'm drawn, and spirit should build themselves up beside me. It's generally they're already building themselves up. I can feel them now because I can feel the air changing around me, so I know that they're here. So once that I start seeing all the names, then I can pick one of yous out just to start reading. All right. And again, just with that, just some validation. So a yes, a no, or I don't know, no would suffice. Hoping you can all understand me being Scottish. And if you can't, then I wouldn't worry. A lot of people don't understand me, even when they stay in the same town, but we'll try and help each other. So again, welcome to SBTV with Kirsty McGregor-Burns, psychic medium and mentor. You can find me on Facebook, and you can also find me on Instagram under the same name. I have these two pages. So hi, Millie. And I am just looking. Hi, Mary. I'm just waiting till the name. Do they all come up at the same? Marissa. Okay. Hi, Terry. While you're just all coming in, I'm just going to take a wee moment just to let spirit come in and blend with me even closer, because I know I have a gentleman standing next to me and I know he's really, really wanting to speak. So I just need to find where my link is first. Okay. Hi, Matthew. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Elizabeth. Not far from me, Elizabeth. I actually serve the churches up in Coatbridge as well. I don't know if you've come along. Hi, Cheryl. In Wales. I've did an online Wales church. Hi, Gary. Hi, Carol. Hi, Beverly. Richard, could you take me back to the lady at the purple hair in her picture, please? Yes, please. Hi, Millie. Is it all right to work with you, please? I know there's a bit of a delay in between speaking and things. Okay. Hi, Millie. So I do feel as if I want to work with you here, and I feel like I have a more mature gentleman standing next to me here. I know this gentleman liked to work outside also, but I'm not saying as employment wise, but I do feel that there's some sort of like an allotment or a plot or a piece of land that he had that he would use a wheelbarrow with, because he's here with his wheelbarrow, and I know that he's got a flat cap on his head also. If you could understand the description, just a yes, no, or don't know as it comes in, okay? Now, I don't know if this gentleman is presenting himself as grandpa or grandfather. However, he isn't a really old grandfather either. I know that he dresses quite smart for what he does when he's working in the garden, when he's doing things within the garden, is how he's presenting himself to me, if you understand this. I know this gentleman's also making me very aware of having peppermints all the time. always having a peppermint. I know he's letting me taste them too. And I know that this side of life, I want to say there's a connection with your mum with this gentleman. And it's almost like that smell, that taste, we're bringing this in as a memory of him also. Would you understand any of that, Millie? I know with this gentleman too, he's quite fond of like animals. He's bringing in a rabbit for some reason, but I feel as if, I don't know if he took to do with caring for them or that you would have had one, but he's bringing one in and he's holding it and he's been really, really gentle with it. So I know that he's talking to this wee rabbit as well. And in some ways, I don't know if this gentleman had responsibilities of looking after a certain area, like a caretaker kind of thing, but this is how he's presenting himself to me. All right, okay. This does happen, Millie. That if it doesn't matter that you didn't know him, but you would understand the description of him. Because when spirit comes through, generally it's because you know the description or you've heard of that. But he did let me know that he was connected in with your mum, if you understand this. He's shown me himself when he came in at first. He did come in with a wheelbarrow, as what he had shown me there. So there has to be work within the garden or somewhere in a garden area that links in with him for some reason. All right, maybe you could ask your mum about that as well. I don't know if you're sitting with her. Yeah, it comes in with the wheelbarrow. He's talking about an allotment or a plot, and I have to give you that, like some sort of work. It's almost like I can see like a shed in the background, and then I can see like the rows of like maybe like cabbages and things like carrots, he just said to me. So I know there's veg being grown. I know that somebody's talking of or starting to do that here too. He wants to make a mention to this, all right. And also feel that this gentleman is talking about where I don't know if he referred to you, Millie, as Tootsie in any way, but I know that I need to say that. So I don't know if it's the name of your pet or you, but the name Tootsie is what he gave me there. All right. I also feel that when I want to go to, he's talking about your mum here as well, but would you understand where the pain in the bottom half of the legs are as well, this side of life? So if that's with mum, do you understand this? I feel as if I'm having a bit of trouble around about my knees and round about the shin in my left leg and also the ankle there too. But I feel that there's a bit of aches and pains here that's going on in that section of my body. When spirit impress like pain and aches and stuff that's this side of life, they're generally letting me know that they're aware of this, and when someone is in pain, they're asking for help, and they ask for help from their people in spirit, and this would be his way of saying, I hear you and I'm connecting, and he's sending forth that healing, if you understand this. Okay. I don't know if he's talking about where, you know, yeah, okay. All right, maybe ask mum then about the name Tootsie, because then that could be maybe for mum rather than you, and that's been my misinterpretation on that. Okay. I didn't feel the spinal fusion, but thank you for sharing that information with me. He's just taken me to the pain, so if the pain is from that, that is what he's given me here. Okay. He's also talking to me about where he right, okay, yes, his left leg, I'm feeling that in very much. I know that he's also talking to me about where this gentleman would have had a certain amount of his own hair. He said he had quite a lot of his own hair on his head as well before he's passed. So it's not that he's losing it, but I feel that there's a small part where it might have been going fine, but he's like adamant that he's not. But you would have seen this here almost like it's starting to kind of a small, I don't like finey, it's kind of going more fine and thinning out, that kind of way. Bear with me on this too, because see if I make up my own words, I am neurodiverse, I'm ADHD, I have my own dictionary, but you will make sense of that anyway. I also feel when I want to speak about this gentleman that he's telling me about, I think the name Davis was significant there as he brought that forward, all right? But I feel as if he's speaking about someone who is with him in the world of spirit too, that he's met up with. And he's talking about he's talking about the name Frank, all right. Now, sometimes they don't tell me this is my name. Rarely they do. Sometimes they just throw in names and I'll just pass those names over, all right. But I know that I want to speak about the name Frank here, all right. I know also that when I am, I want to say well done to yourself here, because he's talking about you changing things up with yourself, almost like you stepped up to the mark to show the world just how clever you are, or how intelligent you are, or your capabilities at the moment as well. I do see a form of like writing with typing as well going on here, and I'm putting in like data, or I'm putting things into a system, all right, is how he's showing me that here. Which I think is with yourself, but it's really difficult when this screen's going like quite slow as well, just to pick that up. I know also that when I'm speaking to this gentleman too, that he lets me know that at the ending, that when he's passed away into spirit, he's saying it wasn't unexpected, but it was really quick, and he thought he would have had more years left in him, if you understand this. I know he was taking some form of medication. He's saying to me here that the medication was supposed to it's like prolong things, or allow him to have like symptom control or something to do with this, but this is what he's referring to, if you understand that too. Okay, I want to say also that when I am coming to, okay, I know that when I want to speak about your mum too, that where I don't know if mum is having kind of trouble too about temperature changes, kind of like she can't heat up at all, and she really needs to look after herself a bit better, because to me it's like, even though that you've told me what's happened, and she is more thinking about how this is impacting everyone else around about her rather than how it's impacting her, because he's telling me to tell her, well, you tell her to wrap up, she needs to keep warm. So there might be a sort of circulation issue going on there as well, but she needs to top up on her own things, all right. And I don't know if it's you that makes the amazing soup, but he's asking you to make that some of that soup and that good food to take over to her in containers as well, to take that over, because I feel that this gentleman, he's talking like a ham and leek soup or something like this that he would have made on some form. I don't really know what he's getting at, but I see him standing with a pot, and I know that he's telling me about the flavour of that. All right. Thank you, Millie. Suffers from high blood pressure. All right. I'm not medically trained, so I don't really know if that causes you to feel like cold or whatever. But I know that he is speaking about that. All right. All right. I'm going to say with this lovely gentleman, whether could you pass his love over to your mum, please? And he's telling me about the birthday around about the 13th of May being really significant. And I do want to say happy birthday as well. And I'm not sure if that's mum's birthday, but I have to say happy birthday to his daughter also. All right. So if you understand it that way, so it's possible there's a well done for you, and also he's showing up for mum because it's her dad, you know, and that's what happens. I'm going to say thank you so much for allowing me to work with you, Millie. Your hair's absolutely fabulous. I've had my hair all colours, and please pass on this gentleman's love. Appreciated loads. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. So hi everybody, if you've just joined, I'm Kirsty McGregor-Burns, spiritual medium and mentor. My very first time being on SPTV, Spiritual Psychics TV, a medium in the west coast of Scotland. I serve churches all over, and I do my own spiritual mission as well online every Thursday. I am also a fundraiser, a charity worker. I work in a young person's service for suicide prevention. I have many roles: a mum, a wife, and a favourite child that's a Dalmatian. Although I am a stepmom of two and a mum of two of my own kids as well. So just like you, I'm just a normal person with an ability that I like to use for the healing and the love to come through from the world of spirit. Okay. If you want to look me up, you can find me on Facebook or Instagram under Kirsty McGregor-Burns Spiritual Medium. Okay, Hi Debbie. Hiya. Hi Catherine. And I'm just waiting till Spirit draws me into somebody and I have a vision of somebody. Kim, can I go to you, please, actually? New Zealand. Okay, let's write down your name. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Hi, Kim. I'm just going to work with yourself, if that's okay. Kim Keeley. More fab hair. Yay. Okay. Okay. All right. Hi. I felt as if I had a gentleman that stepped forward for the world of spirit there. He feels very fatherly to me, I have to say. And now, if father's not in spirit, this gentleman feels like he's played the role very much like a father would, that you look upon him that way if he's not father, okay? But I do know that you do look similar also, if you would understand that, all right? Now, I know this gentleman comes in with a great sense of humour in such a way as in where we wind each other up and stuff, and it's kind of like where like your hair color and stuff, and he'd be like, what color are you this week, and like things like that. As he's coming forward, he feels very cheery, and he's talking about where you have that, the both of you have this same smile, if you understand this too, okay? I know this gentleman's he's bringing himself in here to tell me about the dizziness, and also to do with, there's a headache quite present on one side of my head also, all right? But there's something here that's going up the back of my neck too, like the top of my spine towards my head. So I don't know what this gentleman's telling me, that he had something in the head area quite significant with a bit of pressure going on there, if you can understand any of that. Okay. All right. Do you understand any of that, Kim? Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. All right. This gentleman is also making me very aware. Sorry, just I'm going to keep going while I'm waiting on you popping up, about him having very scientific thinking, is what he said to me there. So he's quite like amazed how this all works as well. But I know that he's telling me that this wasn't his thinking, but I'm not saying his belief system, because I don't feel that he's set in there with a particular set of beliefs. I just feel that he's coming forward with a very scientific sort of brain that he's working with here, which I know absolutely nothing about. I do this and I'm creative, I think, like in colours and stuff, like so. But I know this gentleman's talking about being very it's like the teachings are solid teachings. So anything that we hear from science, this is what he believes as well. He's very much into that too. I know he's a very well read man also, because he is speaking to me here about loving thick books, big books to read as well. Okay. I know also, as this gentleman's coming forward to me here, that he's, if this, would you understand him then being, again, is he on your mum's side of the family? But I also want to talk about dad too. So this gentleman has actually played this role, this kind of rocked people, this side of life. All right. So he's not your typical grandfather. He's very much a strong-willed, strong gentleman in that sense, very strong-willed and straight-headed kind of guy that I've got here. Although he's like this, again, he's still very got his sense of humour, but he's telling me there's a bit of truth in all humour as well. So you might remember him or have memories of him being able to joke about things, but it makes you think when he's joking, like, what did that mean? And it's kind of like food for thought he's giving people this side of life, okay? I know he is talking about where, now I don't know if he's taking me right into my head with this pain here. I'm getting it back, but I know that he's talking about something to do with like clots or something to do with the blood clotting. If you understand that too, he's talking about something traveling as well. All right. And do you understand any of this, Kim? If you just keep typing in as I'm saying things, that would be awesome. It helps me understand where I'm going with this, all right? Because I don't want to give loads of information and then you can't take it and it's possibly someone else with the same name that I've just not seen or something like that, all right? I do know that when I want to speak to you here as well, that he's talking about where there's, I don't know who's using a drum or wants to use a drum or learn to do with this, but I don't know if it's a spiritual practice that he's speaking about too, because he quite likes the noise of this also, and he's quite into that kind of thing, all right? And I feel like this gentleman might have had certain things from different countries or different places. He collected some things, if you understand this. Right, okay. I almost said the veins in the legs earlier on and I never said that because I was like, I need that more clear. So would you understand where this gentleman's talking about then that this is a condition? Then is this dad's dad and this condition is now from him then to dad here? If you understand that kind of thing too. What's he speaking about here? I don't know if he's saying the name Willie or William, something like William, Willie, that kind of thing. Okay, it's not making sense with the drums, right? Okay, maybe if you ask in the family about that, because I do feel that I'm holding, you know, the circular drum, so like a shamanic drum or something, but I don't really want to put a label on it. I feel as if I'm just beating this and it's for the beat of it as well. But he's talking about having one. I had one, so I can't obviously make sense of that because it's for yourself and I need to pass that on. Okay. I know that when he's talking here too, that he's saying about where he's talking about you being the ray of sunshine in people's lives, all right? But I know when he's talking about this too, that he's saying to me, it's you that's actually needing the ray of sunshine in your life just now too, okay? So again, what is this? So I don't know, maybe the drum's coming in for you to sit and listen to or something to do with that. But yes, talking about you needing that sunshine within your life. Now, when people bring in names, again, just to say to you and reiterate, they don't tell me that's their name. They just bring a name in. It will be significant. So you can check in with the family or in and around. It could be someone they knew that connects in with the story or the information that's given in some way. People think when you work with spirit that it turns into something different, and it's not. It's very much like us walking down the street and bumping into people and saying, could you tell whoever it is I was asking for them as well? And spirit do this as well, all right? So there's definitely some form of that then to do with a rhythm and bringing that rhythm into your life and bringing that rhythm back into your life. But I feel like I'm listening to the beat also. So there's some form of that being healing to bring into your life with that too. All right. And I know that he's talking about a Christine name that's here too, that I want to mention the name Christine because I want to say hello, hiya to this person. I'm not sure why he's shown me that. He's shown me a lady here, but she's making sandwiches and things like that as well, so that I know that whoever it is that he's calling in on was responsible for making these. Lunches and things like this he's talking about. All right. So he's talking about sandwich making. I know that he just wants to say as well that he never missed that event in the month of August that had turned up, and he's saying that it was unexpected just what he was there too. He was there. He's talking about the celebration that he was talking about where he's been there to celebrate something with his family too. Okay, and I don't know who he's speaking about, who's learned to read or something, who has taught themselves to read. Now, this could be in another language or whatever, but he is talking about the reading, or someone had that difficulty, but they've been really learning on that. All right, if you understand that. Right, okay. So you do understand the drum then. Okay, so it can apply to you or it can apply to the gentleman. But spirit know everything. They're in and around your life and they do their own thing, but they're still our people. Just not got their physical body anymore, all right? But their love still stays there very, very strong, okay? Now, I don't know if you'd fallen and you've grazed your knee or something like this as well on the right-hand side, because he's just saying to put like a sticking plaster over the top of it, an elastoplast, all right? So that I don't know if he's just sending you a wee bit of proof, or sometimes when you're working with people and they send messages to Spirit and say, tell her to tell me something, but I just pass over exactly what they say, and that's what I have to give you. All right, but I know that he's talking about you being quite clumsy as well. Okay, and again, he's just that sense of humour kind of thing. All right, and I feel I want to pinch you on the cheek as well when it comes from him. Okay, so I'm going to give you this gentleman's love, and I'm going to say thank you so much for letting me work with you there also, and this lovely gentleman. Please pass on his love to the family too. It's been great, and awesome hair. Thank you so much for letting me work with you there. All right, so if you've just joined, thank you so much for joining Spiritual Psychics TV. I'm Kirsty McGregor-Burns, spiritual medium and mentor. You can look me up on Facebook, or you can find me on Instagram. This is a brand new platform for me to use with Spiritual Psychics TV, as it's my very first visit, so I'm very honoured to be here, and thank you so much for all the trust and all the love that's shared with me this evening to connect you with your loved ones in the higher side of life. I know I have a lady coming forward here, but I think I have to wait. Whoever is going to pop up, I'm not too sure just yet. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to see the names that's coming up on the screen if they start rolling. Sorry. Yep. Hi, Stacey. Hi. Sorry, I'm just working here and I'm got Spirit with me. Hi, Peggy. First time for me too. Hi, Carleen. And I am going to say off the bat, thank you so much for being patient with me too. I am from the west coast of Scotland. My accent is quite strong, I believe. And yes, if I don't pronounce your name properly, or if I say, can I come to the lady or the gentleman, and you are a non-gender specific person, please don't take that in any way being disrespectful. It's quite difficult over the screen unless I know that up front. All right, so there's no disrespect in that too. I'm always very cautious about these things as I work in a young person's service with suicide prevention, so we're used to that at this side of the screen where I'm working with different people. All right. Okay, just keep rolling, just keep rolling. I know I have this lady beside me. Who does she want to speak to? Who does she want to speak? Hi, Jennifer. All right. Okay, Michelle. Keep on, keep going. Liz, can I work with Liz Kennedy there, please? I think. Liz. L-I-Z, Liz. Yes. Is my accent confusing you again? Hi, Liz from Wishaw, not too far away. I was actually up there not so long ago in the Wee Witch shop. I had to visit that. It was on my Instagram and I followed it, so it was awesome to go in there. So if you can visit that shop, please let them know that I've said to you to pop in, because it's fantastic. It's a wee cave of magic. All right, Liz, I just want to work with yourself here, and it's so like cool that you're from Wishaw, because the lady that I'm bringing forward here for yourself feels very much, she's of slight build, I have to say, and when I'm saying slight, she's very small made lady I want to bring in here, but I know that when she has got a really wicked laugh, when she laughs, it's a hearty laugh that she has here, and I know that she's bringing that forward too. I know this lady would say some things that to have an opinion where she feels like she's being that kind of like cheeky sense of humour type lady, but you would absolutely buckle in half, like fold over to laugh at this lady's sense of humour. All right. Now, I don't know if this lady is mum, but I know that she's what's she saying to me here? Okay, I know that she must have had like a type of arthritis and things. She's talking about her hands and her wrists and her elbows as well. So I know that she's kind of struggled and been a wee bit stiff. I know that she's been a bit stiff when she gets up and down from a chair also, that when she's sitting, she's saying, just give me a minute. All right, and my screen's just went blank, Liz, so I don't know if you're there. I don't know if you can take this lady. But I want to say too that where she's talking about where she's talking about being in a hospital bed as well here. There's something to do with a hospital bed, and I feel like when I'm in it, I'm giving out all the orders. So that's how she's making me feel, like she is absolutely running the place when she's in this bed. Like, she will have this, she will have that, and that's the way it is. And she's telling me, don't touch my feet. So nobody can touch her feet. So she must have this really big thing about that as well there, as she's coming forward as well. All right, she says, and cover my toes, but don't touch my feet. All right, because she's telling me here as well that she would have really cold feet as well when she was lying in that bed. Okay, but she says she was talking quite the thing from there too, and she does tell me that she picked up quite a bit also, whatever this condition's been. All right, but she does tell me also when I'm getting into my tummy area that I have been quite nauseated and things like this with my stomach, to the point where she's like, I thought I had food poisoning, that kind of way. All right, when it's getting into her tummy. But she's talking about investigations over and over and over. I've been poked and I've been prodded at, and I just leave me alone now, and I've had enough. She says it's a relief to get out of there. So that's the way that she's coming across to me. Okay, and she says I might have not come out there the way I wanted to, but I was relieved to get out of there, if you understand that too. I don't know, she's talking about where there would be a set of, it's like pajamas still belonging to her within your home in a bottom drawer somewhere, that she's making reference to here, a night dress or pajamas, if you understand this, that she's speaking about here. I know that I know that that actually just flashed up and flashed away. It keeps doing that, but I know when it came up there and you said about the IBS, you would have been responsible for accompanying her to all her appointments or taking her to those appointments. And as strong as an ox as that lady is, she still likes you there for the comfort. She still likes you there to kind of, I'm going to say, hold her hand without holding her hand, if you understand that too. She just put the name, she's saying Jeannie, or it's either Jean or Jeannie, but I know that she's talking about that with me there too, as she's bringing that name forward. And I feel as if that I want to kind of talk about, like, she's going into like a sister connection as well. Right, okay. Do you understand where there's so see that night dress? Would she have bought you this then? There has to be a connection with your mum with that, that she's making reference to. All right. Now she is talking about a sister connection in spirit with her, that she's making reference to here. I also feel with this connection that it's almost like that used to care for. All right. I also feel that this sister connection she's speaking about in spirit, it's almost like we didn't get on. We didn't really get on, but it's kind of like they've had the words, and since being in spirit, they're communicating anyway. All right, just to give you that. Oh, she brought, so it's just a wee bit of evidence then that she's bringing, that she knows that it's there, letting you know it's there. You must go in that drawer though, and even though it's not hers then, and you're touching it and you're feeling it, or you were in the other day looking at it, because I know when she's bringing that evidence forward, she's saying to me, it's kind of almost like, I don't know why you smell it if it's not hers, but there's some sort of memory attached. I know that's when you are pregnant, but there's some sort of memory with mum and attachment to this as well, is how she gives that to me. And do you still have her slippers as well? I don't feel they fit you, but you think you've had your feet in them, but do you still have her slippers? Because when she passed away, she says they were still new, they had a lot of wear in them, so you better still have my slippers, that kind of thing. All right. Okay, but this is how she gives that to me too. I know that she's talking about a name Douglas as well, but I feel as if I'm mentioning someone to do with a family connection, in and around you here, this side of life also, okay, that she's speaking about here. And she's saying here also that all this stuff that's going on now in my head. I couldn't be bothered with all of that. But she has given me 3 years been really significant. I don't know if your mum's only past 3 years or 3 years means something in particular to her. I'm just asking her here what it is. Just say 3 years. It's been 3 years if you understand that. Okay. I know that she's saying to me here where you must be asking her to connect with you too, because she's just said to me, like, I don't know how to connect in with you, but it's kind of like, I know you said not her slippers, it's her bag, but you must have had them at some point, or there's something to do with that, because I can see it very, very clear. But and I might have interpreted it wrong, but it's still it's very much slippers. Okay, what's she bringing in there? And I've just spoke myself right off of what I was saying there. Okay, wait, me see if she just brings that back in. Okay. She's singing a song to me here. I know that she's singing a Shirley Bassey song to me also. So I don't know if this is Mum's favourite singer or whatever that she's speaking about here too. All right. And I know that she's saying to me that she had her signature tunes that she would sing as well, because I keep hearing diamonds are forever. So she's singing to me over and over and over. And I don't know what's significant about that, but I need to give you that. All right. I know when it comes to your mum too, it's not like she would like nice things, but I don't think she was an extravagant lady, that she had a lot of things that have been worth a lot of money that isn't, because she is making me aware of like an engagement, an eternity, and a wedding ring that would have been worn, and it's kind of like everything that's worth everything that what she's got on here. All right, so that's what she's got. So she loved Shirley Bassey. Well, I'm glad because she's singing it to me. So I'm glad you made a connection, and I don't need to keep hearing that tune. But I know that she's talking about her rings being on here. She says that's the most expensive items I own on this finger. All right. And I know that I'm seeing a gold band. Oh, she's there's like 4 different rings as well. It's almost like she's got an extra one. But you know where you've got the band and it's like a line of diamonds along. It's like a row of diamonds on a chunkier kind of ring. That she's making real significance to that as well, because a diamond must have fallen out of this ring that she's making reference to there as well. Okay, we fixed it, she says. But it did come out too. Okay, now there's something in your purse belonging to her as well, and I don't know if it's like it's like a fine chain, like with a pendant or something in it that you keep in a purse. It's like a section of a purse that belongs to her too. If you understand this. But she's talking about here as well, where you must have, like, when she's passed, that she's kept the baby teeth, and it's kind of like we're horrified when we find these, like, that she's kept them so long as well. She's having a right good laugh. She's having a right good chuckle too here as well, okay? Because I know that she's talking about where it felt like I had left booby traps for you as I'd passed. So there's things like popping up going, what is she doing with that? Why did she keep that? If you understand that as well with her. The stone did come out, all right, but she's talking here about, oh, thank you, sorry, it's just because I'm working. But I do know that she's talking about leaving the booby trap. So there's things that's turned up for you. You've been like, what on earth did you have these? So there's something to do with the feathers as well. Would Mum be quite often pick up feathers and collect them also? Because she's talking about having them in like a trinket dish, but it's almost like the dish was supposed to be to put like rings on or jewellery on, but she's got feathers in it. She keeps them in this. It's like a kind of crystal small dish that she's showing me here. Sorry. All right. If you understand that with her, Liz. All right. Okay. She's just saying that she's saying, of course, I'm turning up. It's my favourite time of year. So she's starting to decorate the house and stuff early on for Christmas. I know that she's making all the plans, she says, but halfway through it, I couldn't be bothered. I'd done that much and stressed myself out. So if you understand that as well, I know that she's talking about having the big present bags for everybody as well, with all the bits and pieces in them. And she's just making sure everybody gets their fair share and it's equal for everyone. And she's talking about not being able to do that this year, not being able to be there this year. But she's saying to me, you have to tell you understand who's important to her. Could you still pass them a card put her name on it, and a small gesture, a small gift for her, because it's really important. That's what she would do. I know she loves Christmas. She absolutely exhausts herself with it, is what I'm feeling from her as well. All right. And I feel like she would wear like a kind of flashing like crown or something to do with the lights at Christmas on her head as well. Yeah, but she's pulling it out. It's her time to rock and roll with that. I'm going to leave you this lovely lady's love. I'm going to say, your mum's fabulous, I've got to say, and I'm going to hand her over to you. And thank you so much for letting me work with you. She feels so upbeat and so great, and just a right good laugh. Enjoy your Christmas, because she will be in and around you. Thank you so much for that, Liz. All right. Okay, right. Well, we will see who else pops up. Again, thank you so much for joining Kirsty McGregor-Burns, Spiritual Medium and Mentor on Spiritual Psychics TV. It's a very first time for me to be on SPTV, and it's an honour to work with your loved ones in the world of spirit. And it's always an honour, no matter what the platform is, to be trusted with your loved ones' love and connections, because I know how precious they are to us. I have my own people, my own mother, my father, nephew, friends, lots of people, grandparents and spirit as well. I understand what that is and that connection and how that should be delivered, and you really want to bring that something that lets you feel them close to you. And I really hope that happens this evening. So thank you very, very much for coming forward here this evening to work with me. Julie Davis, can I come to Julie there, please? Hi, Julie. Julie, I hope you're there. I know that I have two people here next to me. I'm just going to keep scribbling until I see if you're there or not, because I know I have connections to a man and deleting. Oh, there's a couple of them actually. Julie. Okay. All right. Hi, Julie. Are you there? And is it okay to work with your loved ones in the world of the spirit? My screen has went blank again. Sorry. It's just like the white screen with the SPTV logo. Yep, it's just back on the screen again. It keeps flashing back and forward there, Richard. Well, I'll tell you, this happens with everything electrical when I'm around and I'm working. So it's maybe that, it's not even when I'm working, when I go anywhere. I've had to move to the back of classrooms to make laptops work and stuff. So it happens. I know I am that person. Don't fully understand it myself, but it does happen. She's not responding. Oh dear. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to wait till it rolls more names again, and we'll see what happens. Hi, Carol. Hi, Kirsty. Hiya. Thank you. Hi, Tina. I can still hear her mum's song. Hi, Jessica. Okay. Hi, Janet. Can I work with Janet, please? All right. Okay. Okay. Hi, Janet. If you're there, is it all right to work with yourself, please? All right. I feel as if I have this lovely gentleman that comes in here, and I feel that he could be a wee bit kind of like I want to say a wee bit moody, or a wee bit kind of I don't know if you understand the word crabbit, but he feels like he can be a wee bit kind of and stubborn also. All right, but a lovely man. But I feel as if there has been an issue with his health that stopped him from doing a lot of things, and it frustrated him quite a bit, and that's why he's bringing himself forward like this. He does feel like a dad to me too, and I do feel that where he's standing with a fishing rod for some reason, because he's telling me I'm coming too, but it's almost like I wasn't able to, and it's like having to tell him that you can't come is how it's making me feel, and it's breaking, like if I say my heart, I'm talking about yourself, the families, by saying, well, actually, you can't, Dad, that kind of thing. Okay. I know that he tells me that his clothes were getting too big for him, so I know that he's lost a lot of weight too, and he's talking about that quite rapid as well. I know that he's talking about the heart beating really, really fast also, that his heart's going, there's like a lot of pressure or something to do with the heart being rapid, a rapid heartbeat going on here. And I also feel that he's talking about where that he's it's like he thought he had all sorts wrong with him rather than one thing going on and being connected, if you understand this. And I know that sometimes the breath would be taken from him and then have to regulate again, if you understand that too. And again, I feel like this gentleman was part of where he had to go for some tests and things to do with the breath. Your husband, Janet, is he would be a father then as well, if you understand it that way. And that's just the way that I'm feeling that, because that would be really important for him to show up. But everything that I'm saying would relate to this gentleman. He's almost like they've taken him into like a ward or a hospital to, it's like an appointment type thing, and they've taken him down the stairs and into a room that would have tested the pressure difference for the breath, something to do with that, to do with the breath. And he's saying about catching his breath in that tank, or this a tank. Yeah, I don't know what it's like tall when he's going in, he's showing me a door. All right, you do understand, right? Okay. I know with him too that he's speaking here to me about where he's saying about loss, that he's very, very keeps going on about all the weight he was losing as well, and he must have really enjoyed his wee kind of like steak and kidney pie or his steak pie, because he misses that kind of food. He really misses that kind of food. And I know that he's speaking about where that for him that was the biggest killer, that he couldn't get eating his favourite kind of food. And I know that he's speaking about here as well. I was like, I don't even know where you are in the world, but it's like a kind of stovies type thing with like mince and potatoes and things cut up through it together. But he really enjoys that good comfort food kind of type thing. But he keeps going on about this steak pie, steak and ale steak, something to do with that pie. And I know also, in this gentleman's coming forward here, he tells me about the pain that would have been in his shoulders as well before he's passed too, and that discomfort that he had, where he's talking to me here about where you would have tried everything to sit him up, prop him up, put him up, make him more comfortable, but it was just, I think everything was going on inside that he just couldn't get how comfortable that he needed to be. All right, he's saying niggle here, and a kind of wee kind of jab pain here and here. So it's almost like things, he's like, it's as if there's nettles inside, is how he put that over to me there. So I know he's kind of feeling that. But he says it was like somebody had a hot poker. So I know that there's a feeling that he would have spoken about, and I don't know if it's like about my ribs or into the lungs that he's speaking about here too. All right. But he is saying, so the hospital or whoever it is, the medical people are blaming either that he was a smoker or something like this. But he's saying that wasn't all down to me. What happened there, that really wasn't down to me. Okay. I know that there's some form of, I don't know if this gentleman's actually passed that long, to be fair, and I know that he's talking about 5 members of a family, because he wants everybody to know that he's came here this evening to speak, because he said it was something he wouldn't do. It's not that his thing, it's not really what he would do, but he wants to speak to his family, because it's important for you to know that it wasn't all down to his way of living or the way that he looked after his health. What he's reassuring here. Now, I do want to mention, he's saying my boy in the month of March. So if you would understand where there is a gentleman's birthday in the month of March, I don't know if it's his son or someone he would look upon like a son. So son-in-law, or I'm not too sure, but he's talking about the son in the month of March that he's given me here, if you understand this with him too. I didn't feel that he'd passed very long. And do you know something as well there, Janet? And please forgive me if I'm wrong with this, but I know there's something to do with where this gentleman is mentioning the word COVID as well. So I don't know if something has happened with that, or what he's trying to say is this was part of it, but he was kind of getting the blame of his lifestyle rather than what had actually happened. All right. I know that someone as well has he's been talked into actually receiving some form of medical, how do I word this? Treatment of some sort, I want to say. Receiving some sort of, I'm just going to, I don't know what this is, but he's taken like some infusion or something that he's talking about where it was like I was talked into that, all right? And he's telling me here as well. He's like, for a quiet life, I did what I was told, and I wasn't really a man that was for doing what I was told, but this is what he's saying, all right? But he's just, please, you know, like, I know that he's saying, please forgive me also. So I know there's a part of where this gentleman feels that he never got to actually make up for lost time with him, or to make up for some time that he wasn't around for in his family's life too. Okay. I feel as if this gentleman doesn't always manage to prioritize the things that he should have in life, but it's almost like he tried, but he feels that he never quite got that right, if you understand that too. Okay. He's shown me an area as well that I don't even know where I am or where you are, but it quite reminds me of the houses in England where they are down south from me, but it's kind of like where the houses are very close facing each other with a small lane in the middle, because he's telling me he knows every single person in this street. So he knows he's watched them as well. Like it's almost like he's the younger generation watching them with their kids and all this as well. But I feel there's family on that street as well that we're living around about each other too, and next to a school that he mentions too here. All right. He wants to mention the name Danny as well, so I don't know who that connects in, but I just want to say hi because I know he's this side of life, and can you Danny, and I just want to say hi there as well. Okay. And when it comes to yourself here as well, he's talking about where okay, so he's saying that he sees you, that you're caught within, I'm going to say kind of like stuck in a rut mentally, and I'm going to just say because of what I've said is with grief, okay? But I do feel in that place, caught inside my head, and don't know the way out of that. But he says his advice is do what you've always done, do what you like to do, all right? So that was his advice to you, that pick it up and do it again. All right. I don't know if you've been thinking of making cards, like actually making and crafting yourself with the cards, but he's saying give yourself a chance to do some of that. And he's talking about that Sudoku or something, with the numbers as well, to be able to sit and do all that. He said he liked a crossword, but he's bringing that in for you. All right. You're still his girl, and he does send Joy's love. He absolutely does have loads of love, even if he didn't always express it very well. I'm going to say thank you so much, Janet, for letting me work with you there. And I'm giving you all this gentleman's love. I think at times where he could be quite overly loving, and then other times he was a wee bit kind of different. So I'm just giving you that in and giving you that forward. Thank you very much for letting me work with you, and also all the trust and the love that you're sharing with me this evening. So that is me now coming up for a little break, and I will be rejoining you all in about 2 minutes' time. So thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you all soon.
Are you planning a paid spiritual event, or looking for something to do this weekend? Then visit myspiritualevents.com. You can browse the listing, view the event details, watch a YouTube clip, look at a mini gallery, select dates and times, pay for tickets using PayPal or your debit card. Organizers can register for free and start selling tickets within minutes, be it for their online, or in-person spiritual event. As an organizer, you will have access to your own admin dashboard, which will display information such as your income and your bookings, all in a simple and user-friendly display. It's free to use. Join and upgrade to an organizer. Come and visit us at myspiritualevents.com.
My Spirit Life is a free online interactive magazine for those who have an interest in improving their spiritual lives. Authors can upload images, videos, and audio clips to their own articles. The public can place comments, rate the article, and follow the author. All articles are vetted before being published. For more information and to place your own article, please visit myspiritlife.co.uk.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Spiritual Psychics TV with Kirsty McGregor-Burns, spiritual medium and mentor. And if you would like to look me up on Facebook, it's under the exact same title and name, and also on Instagram. So you can give me a wee follow or a bit of love. Let's share energy. You can go on there, leave a comment or get in touch, whatever it's for. It'd be really awesome to be able to see people now interacting with each other, because it's something that's quite lacking these days, where people don't really interact that much, even with social media. But we can make it our vision boards and make it about love and just absolutely boost that vibe amongst everybody out there. That's what I'm all about, is sending out the good stuff, because I know the other hand of that and how difficult life can be. If you have never seen me work before, thank you so much for coming here this evening to allow me to work with your loved ones in the world of spirit. I am a church medium and do a lot of charity work, fundraising work, and I am a wife and a mother and a friend and a mentor, and I do fundraising and a lot of different things. So yes, you can look me up on Facebook and Instagram. I am just going to do another couple of messages just here to see who I'm connecting with and see where I'm going. So as the names start flashing up, Spirit will draw me to someone in particular, and that's where I'm going, because I know I have a lady that wants to connect already. All right. So hi, Sam. All right. Hi, Victoria. I love your wee dog. Hi, Wendy. Thank you so much. Hi, Margaret. Okay. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Mary. Victoria and I am just waiting until more people jump up. Hi, Stace. Oh, okay. Donnie Walden. Hi, hi. So I'll need to join sometime when it's all on YouTube so I can see it from the other side. Right, okay. Tina Christine Lacey. Tina Christine Lacey. Mary Kelly. Do we have a gentleman that's on this evening? Do you know? Joanne Lewis. Joanne Lewis. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Richard. Are you still present with us? Are you still here? I almost said in the world of spirit, but obviously not when you're here in your physical presence. So this is what happens when you're ADHD and you're a medium and you're trying to stay on track with your links. Being neurodiverse is like a full-time job. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, JM Heard. Not sure if that's a gentleman or a lady. Hi, Nadia. Hi, Terry. Hi, Kaz. Robert. Hi, Robert. Robert, are you with us still? Okay, all right. North Wales. I once knew somebody from North Wales and the accent was just totally not what I thought it was going to be. It sounded more like an English, a soft English accent. When we're used to that, really, that Welsh sounding. So that was an education for me. And I'm like, are you sure you're from Wales? But yeah, definitely, because it was the place where they had like every letter in the alphabet that I would never be able to pronounce where the person was from. Hi, Robert. If it's all right to work with you here, I would love to. Okay, all right. I felt as if I had a lady and a gentleman here trying to speak to me, but I'm going to work with the lady's energy first of all right? Now there's a lady that comes forward here from the world of spirit, and I know with this lady that she had loved to listen to all your stories and all the interesting things, but it was almost like you confused her with some your sense of thinking and your way of living and she's very more traditional living is how she's given that to me, but very, very interested. And she says that you're very, very brave also. So I don't know what she's saying that to me for, but that has to be very specific to your life right now. Okay. I know also that, oh, she just gave me a name there. Oh, come on. Now, I'm going to say this because this name, but I am not sure this was exactly it. So if it sounds like this name, it was almost like a Clarence sounding name, which is really unusual. But it was almost like that she's wanting to give here. Okay. But would you understand, Robert, if I am talking to this lady here and she's telling me about how that you need to just, you've did the right thing. You need to just live your life and do what you want to do, and she's talking about where she's actually saying you're a long while dead, and that's kind of the way that she's putting that across. But this would be something that she would mention this side of life, if you understand that with her. Okay. And I know also that she's talking about here where although she's a very traditional thinking lady, I want to say that she's not so traditional in the types of things maybe that was expected of her to live her life with too. Because I feel almost like she kind of went against the grain with some decisions that was made for her when she was younger or about her life, because she said that she did things her own way, but it's almost like with you that it's totally out there and a bit different. Now, would you understand where there's an interest around? I don't know if you're studying things to do with UFOs and aliens and things like this, but I know that she's given me that kind of connection to where there's an interest about that here, because she's seen that as really interesting and what you're saying about that, and well, let's read up that document and stuff. So if it's kind of got your attention at the moment, this is what she's speaking about, being in and around about. You've been reading some form of something in a newspaper or something, because she's leaning over your shoulder and when that's happening. Okay. I know this lady as well that before she's passed, she's talking about here about her temperature change, bringing this cardi around her as well. And I know that she's got a sort of cough because she's kind of like, and she's got a tissue and a hanky that she's bringing up to her face when she's coughing too. Okay. This lady also has a remedy where she has put sugar into water and stirring that as well. So I know there's some, she's like, get that down you. So I don't know what this is, or if it's like an older tradition of some sort, but I just know that I need to give you that and put the sugar into the water and stir that. But she's also talking about you needing to top up sodium or something like this, sodium levels as well, that she's talking about. Okay. Now, I don't know what you're meaning by unspiritual, but for yourself, all right, sorry, neurodiverse, it just leaves, and that's just that, and I don't keep up to date with what I've just said. But would you remember this lady having a lot of like purple items, or the color purple being really significant? She's talking about a rug and it's quite kind of like stringy that I'm looking at as well here, but she loves that. I think she's got a wee kind of touch about quirkiness about the items that she would have too, that you wouldn't expect for her to have also, but she mixes and matches it with like an older style furniture at the same time. So she has her own thing going on here too. And she's talking about you here also, where you like to paint everything. So I don't know if you are like, you upcycle or redesign furniture or things in your own way too, because she is talking about you having an absolutely brilliant mind. Like the way that you turn things or change things is like, it blows her away. All right. Now, I don't know if this lady is on dad's side of the family, but she's talking about you being able, you kind of taking after that kind of side of the family as well. Talking about being this kind of where thinking outside the box and that total. This is like, this is great. This is great. We need more people like that. Is what she's saying to me here. But I know that she's talking about where when you were little or when you were younger, she's talking about banging the pots and pans like a drum set as well. Like making music where we've kind of get the pots out and we're doing this too, all right. But she's a really fun lady to be around, and she really enjoyed spending time with just you and her, is how she gave that to me there, if you understand this, okay. And she talks about reading some poetry also, and I feel that she would read some poems to you, or reading out the poems, if you understand that, my mother's side. So it's just making a reference to you being, I don't know what she said about the father's side as well, so the similarities there. But I do know that I want to talk about this poetry, and I know that she's tried to write like short things, like the wee ode poem things that she's saying here, and she's saying just really funny things that she's speaking about here. But she's saying, I have to tell you as well, do you remember there's something about the ducks, or the ducks poem, or something to do with ducks, she's saying, and you remember where I made my own words to that, and where we were crying, laughing, absolute crying, laughing. And I know that when she's talking about this too, that you would have had like the wee ducks for your bath and things at her home as well. So I don't know if she's talking about memories of you as a child, and it's where she's making up her own little rhyme here about this. Okay, I don't know what she's speaking about, but I know that she is encouraging you just to be this amazing person that you are, and just be this total explosive creativity and like quirkiness, and just bring this colour and this enlightenment in the world that people need, and it's amazing. And she tells me that you still listen to vinyl records. Would you understand where you still listen to the vinyl? It's important that you listen to the vinyl records too. And she says that you have an old soul, and this is where you're connected together too. Okay. I know that she's also speaking to me here. I don't know if it's like a Betsy or Beth. No, sorry. Is it a Bethany or a Beth connection also that she just met? I think it's like maybe I'm picking it up wrong. It's like a Bethany or something like this connection too that she's speaking about here as well. I can't even remember where that yes came up. Was that for the records? Was it not? But I know that she's speaking about it. She's talking about a singer. Is it Sammy Davis Jr.? I don't even know who that is. Is that a singer? That she's speaking about here as well, being really, really significant. But I know that she's talking about a classical and a bit of jazz, and I know that she finds that quite interesting too. Okay, but again, that she brings in that humour. She just came forward just to say how proud of you she is, and just you keep showing up for yourself too. Okay, but she's also making reference to when you need to speak to someone, she does hear you, but it might do you good to actually go and speak. So there has to be some form of connection here that you could also use a top up with your own mental health, or to get something off your chest. All right. And she's saying keep showing up for yourself, okay. And I know she's telling me about the 10th of September being really significant too, and I also want to go to 24th of December, but there's a celebration and an anniversary around about that time, and it is to do with her. I'm going to say thank you so much for letting me work with you there, Robert. This lady's awesome. She feels like a total mixed bag of energy that is just so cool. And you're really lucky to have her. So thank you so much for letting me work with you. I knew I was to go to a gentleman there. It was great. Thank you. So sadly, that has me now came to time with everyone. and it has been an absolute pleasure to work with everyone, and thank you so much. It is from the bottom of my heart the honour to be trusted with your love, with your loved ones, and bring you those connections. As I said before, if you want to look me up, you can find me, Kirsty McGregor-Burns, spiritual medium and mentor, Kirsty McGregor-Burns, spiritual medium, on Instagram, also on Facebook. But it has been amazing to sit here with you all. It's been really different, but your loved ones' connections this evening has been phenomenal. And as always, I feel like a very blessed lady. So for the rest of your week, until maybe next time I see you again or whatever, just remember you're a blessing to the world. You've been a blessing to me here this evening, and you're always a blessing to your loved ones in the world of spirit. I'm sending you all my love and positivity out there, and keep showing up for yourself. Mwah. Thank you so much.